Geico presents Daily Affirmations.
Repeat after me. Our thoughts are like the ocean.
Our thoughts are like the ocean.
Our thoughts create our reality.
Our thoughts create our reality.
We're thinking Geico offers claim service 24/7 with personalised attention from an assigned team.
Geico offers claim service? I wasn't thinking that.
We think it and it becomes our reality.
So, what about washboard abs?
Let's give it a go. Think really hard.
Okay, abs.
Yep, keep thinking.
To manifest more Geico in your life, go to geico.com.
This week at Macy's, get an extra 20% off with your coupon or Macy's card. That's on top of great deals, like 10 to 65% off home essentials during our big home sale. Or shop specials, like the Radley 5-piece sectional sofa, $2,199. And 500 thread count sheets and more, 75% off. Plus, Macy's Star Rewards members earn on every purchase except gift card services and fees. Sign up today at Macys.com/Star Rewards. Savings off sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
And welcome to Great Match Generator, episode 25. We are a quarter of a century.
Yes. We're also this is episode 25, but I can confirm we are the 20th ranked podcast in Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Yes, Jonathan Gresham. Ding Dong the Witch is dead too.
That night went insane. I ended up oddly enough, you were just on Between the Sheets with David Bixenspan and Chris Selner, and then the night of the Gresham story, I was just talking to people on Discord, and I was like, we probably have to do a space about this, right? Like, because this is just too damn funny. And Bix joined immediately. I'm like, oh shit! Like, so we just, I don't know, it was me and Bix and some of my homies, like, so Jenna, Gage, talking about Gresham, and then we started talking about, like, I don't know, WWE and some other stuff. But yeah, since we last recorded,
I joined a space. I joined a space last night.
Okay, yeah. Since Vince retired since we last recorded.
Yeah, resigned. Let's call it what it is.
Well, resigned in shame. In shame. Yeah, can't wait for that next story to come out. That's going to be crazy.
That's going to be crazy. But we're not here to talk about that shit. We're going to be talking about Vince McMahon booking in a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, we are.
But we are here to talk about 4 great matches one from 1985, Mid-South, Butch Reed versus Dick Murdoch. And then we have Shinobu Kandori versus Manami Toyota from 1998. Kiyoshi Tamura versus Tsuyoshi Kohsaka U-Style 2004. And then, yes, Sasha Banks versus Charlotte. Hell in a Cell.
How did that match even make it to the... Whatever.
People have low standards.
I guess. So start with Murdoch and Reed, right?
Yeah, Murdoch Reed.
So that day, like, I don't know, it felt like the day before I watched Murdoch versus Reed, I watched I think it was Beyond the night before. I just couldn't concentrate, and I was like, I think I've just watched too much modern wrestling. So then I just started watching a lot of old school stuff in general. Like I watched small Memphis angles, Mid-South angles, and I watched the angle where Butch Reed turns babyface against Buddy Landel and teams up with Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the Hacksaws. And man, Butch Reed was incredible. He turns babyface and it just immediately has the best babyface fire promos and you could ever imagine from that period. It's just great stuff.
Remember when wrestling was good?
Yes. I don't know, wrestling still. I don't know. There's plenty of. I'm watching Jon Moxley right now. There's pretty good stuff out here still, but
remember when promos were good?
Yeah. I even tweeted that. I was like, man, it's crazy. I'm watching these old school promos, and it's amazing how these guys would just run down their opponent and get whatever heat they wanted from it instead of having to talk about sandbags or DUIs or bitch about the booking for some fucking reason, because that's what we need. We need more fourth wall bullshit. I'll fucking hire Russo to script these promos if we're gonna whatever. We're not talking about AEW, WWE, or any of that shit. Mid-South. What did you think of this match?
I thought it was good. Not necessarily great. Very good. Very good classic style match.
Yeah, for the time, it's a really good match. I mean, it's got all the 80s tropes that like kind of suck to watch now at times, like slow start, lots of breast holds and stuff.
But
like
that final atomic drop, double hot near fall there.
Yeah, the near falls towards the end get great, but I even have here, like we talked about before the thing, like it's first off, okay, it's got like the good 80s tropes too. It's got like Butch Reed making this great comeback. It's got both of these men threw great punches. The crowd's hot, but like you probably could have cut out the first 30 to 35 minutes of this match.
You probably could, yeah.
The near falls were great. It also has the 80s house show trope of a dog shit finish.
Oh yeah, it did have that. It did definitely have the dog shit finish there.
It at one point Butch Reed did a hammerlock bear hug, or maybe it was Dick. I can't remember. I just have that. Someone needs to bring that back.
Hammerlock bear hug. Yeah. Not just bear hug, but the hammerlock with the bear hug. Yeah, I did see that in the match, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, someone needs to run that back. I went like 4 1/4 on this.
And then I went 4.
4 flat, yeah.
And then the end becomes a wicked brawl with the disputed finish, so.
Yeah. I guess 4 1/4, that's probably just me doing too much of the, like, for its time, it was good type thing, but, yeah, because now I'm looking at it and I give the next match we reviewed 4 1/2, and I'm like, I don't know, I like that match a lot better.
Yeah. Speaking of good women's wrestling.
Yes.
Manami Toyota versus Shinobu Kandori. WWWA World Championship. AJW Kawasaki Tai Tulen in Kawasaki, Japan.
This you know me, I love Joshi stuff. Like, well, I mean, I don't know. I love all good wrestling, but like, I don't know. I think Manami Toyota is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, regardless of gender. Before the bell, this match is already awesome. Toyota's super.
Here is really good.
Yeah, Kandori's just doing great heel work. This felt like a fight. Toyota's one of the best athletes I've ever seen. It's.
Where did this Manami Toyota slander come from?
Wait, there's what? Who's slandering what?
Manami Toyota. There's a certain section of the internet that slanders Manami Toyota, saying she's a little overrated.
That sounds...
Because other Joshi wrestlers don't get as much credit as she does.
Well, that doesn't make her overrated. That makes other people underrated. Do I think like Aja Kong and Kandori and some of these other people deserve more credit? Yeah, but like that doesn't take Manami Toyota being fucking incredible.
I'm just telling you what I hear sometimes.
Yeah, I get it.
And also that there's this big, she just does moves.
That's not, whatever. That's not. But okay, here's the thing. This match was from when I was 9 years old. I've seen this match before. I was actively cheering for Manami Toyota in this match. That's how good she is.
Yes.
I don't. Yeah.
It's the same revisionist history with Misawa.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
I will say to tie it into what we had said with I think the last All Japan match we watched, where it was like a late 90s one, you kind of see where, like, I don't want to call it a fad or anything, but you can kind of see here, much like, you could see with the late oh God, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah, so, but yeah, you see where, like, the crowds are falling off. It just doesn't feel the same as it felt in, like, say, 1994. You know what I mean? It's the same thing we said with All Japan, like All Japan, but the men's All Japan.
Yeah, not the same, but certainly
it's still great. Yeah, but it just doesn't have that same, like, peak. You're not at the peak anymore.
Yeah, I agree. I gave this 4.5.
Yeah, I went 4.5 too.
We're moving quickly through this stuff here. Most have a lot to say about the last match.
Well, I was about to say the main event, the main course is gonna. I have a lot of notes on that one.
Your style. Tsuyoshi Tamura versus Kiyoshi Tamura versus Tsuyoshi Kohsaka.
Yeah, I'm afraid I don't have much on this one either. I don't know. I think
it's your style.
Yeah, it's just a shoot style match, and, like, I love a good shoot style match. I love the last match we just talked about with the Toyota and Kandori. That had some really fun shoot style stuff in it. But, like, when you make it the whole match, it's just like
it drains the life out of it for me.
Yeah, because this was just, like, pretty basic. It picks up towards the end, as you would hope, because they're doing, not near
doing the points thing.
Yeah. There was Tamura threw this nasty fucking head kick that Kohsaka sold beautifully in, like, the middle of the match. Maybe, like, the later end of the match. Yeah, so good stuff. But yeah, basic shoot style match. I think I went 3.75, 3 3/3. What did you give it?
I think I gave it 3.5. I gave it 3.5 on my spreadsheet. Yeah.
It's just, I guess also this is, it's just, I don't know. There's only so much shoot style I don't know. It's like that, did you watch Death Before Dishonor, right?
Yeah.
When Garcia's cutting that promo about the Pure Rules match, he's like, who's ever watched a sport and decided this needs more rules? That's kind of how I feel about, like, I don't know, some of the attempts at, like, doing shoot style, and also some of the attempts at doing pure style, like the pure rule matches.
Yeah, that's my thoughts on it exactly. Who wants to give this more rules?
Yeah.
The main event. Main event all.
Yeah, there's
a lot of people think this is one of the best matches in WWE history.
That's insane. This probably wouldn't be a top 5 match for either wrestler involved. I know it's got, like, some lore to it because it's, if you believe if you believe in all the lore of, like, Stephanie McMahon created women's wrestling and all that other shit that people, like, give WWE all this credit for.
that shit up.
Yeah,
Lap that Vince McMahon terminology up. Lap that. I'm going in hard on this match. This match is overrated. I'm sorry.
It is. I don't know how it makes it to a list of. I don't know how it makes it to. This isn't like a best match. This probably isn't like a top 50 match for WWE of that decade. It's probably not a top 100 women's match of all time. It's probably I don't know. It's not
top 20 WWE women's match of that era. Come on.
No, absolutely not. And they should be able to, honestly, like, I can't believe they're not capable of putting on better matches than this now, because they, every now and then they will. They'll give you like a solid 4-star Becky versus Bianca match or something. But like, I don't know, they should be just cranking these matches out. Absolutely cranking these matches out. But they were just so, and we'll see.
It was first, the stretcher spot really bothered me because, as Cap, my friend Matt Richards pointed out, this is a bump that the men constantly take and never get stretchered out for, but the women have to get stretchered out for this one, and you're already shoehorning it.
It's, and that spot kills the crowd too. Okay, so I'll go through some of my notes real quick. So the crowd, so they're in Sasha Banks' hometown. This was before WWE crowds had like totally died, but this was still like an abnormally hot WWE crowd because it's Sasha Banks, the first women's Hell in a Cell. There's a lot of things going on for it, and the commentary is fucking horrible. Of course, they do the stupid neck brace stretcher angle, like it's, dude. If first off, like you said, they like, why a woman, they wouldn't have a man cell like that.
No.
And then, she gets up off the stretcher. They kill 5 minutes of my life with this goddamn spot.
They kill 5 minutes of your life, killing the crowd, wondering, oh, is Sasha going to get up? And then they made it the most obvious thing. And then she gets back in the ring, and it's just so goddamn obvious. I'm like...
And... Dude, could you imagine if the Young Bucks did a stretcher spot like this and they got up off the stretcher?
They would be murdered.
We got to stop doing these. Who was it? Was it Willis Reed back in the 70s that did like he got like injured during a really big Knicks finals game, and he comes back and it's like the coolest moment in Knicks history. We got to stop doing this like in wrestling all the damn time.
This match has great work in it. Like, the cell match itself has great work in it. Don't get me wrong. But this stretcher spot is what took me out of it.
Yeah, and it took the crowd out of it. And then they, like, start working it like an actual grudge match. But the crowd's so out of it that, like, they actually, like, the crowd's almost treating it like a work rate match where they're doing, like, the this is awesome and fight forever type chants. And they're not, like, into it, like... They're not into it like a grudge match, They're out there. It's Sasha in her hometown, and they're like doing the woos on Charlotte's chops and everything. I'm like, this could have been presented so much better. And these two women got set up to fail by a company that has never been good at booking at all, almost, let alone booking women. But hey, let me get stopwatch Twitter to. Check my points here.
Yeah, Stopwatch Twitter will check your points here because AEW doesn't always puts them on at 9:30. Come on,
these stopwatch accounts. Do you think they're going to talk about the 5-star Grand Prix at all?
No, they're not. No,
I don't see those specific accounts talking about the Princess Cup. They're just
Tokyo Joshi, bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't see any of them. That's why I was making.
You know who does cover it? One Nation Radio on the Social Suplex Podcast Network.
You know who's going to watch the first night of the 5-star Grand Prix after this New Japan show that I have streaming right now? Me. I'm going to watch that, and then I'll give my takes about that, and then also give my takes about other women's wrestling. Like, and it's like it's so funny. I have to hear about how like Joshi Twitter gatekeeps, and they do, but like, I don't know. Most of us are openly saying like, "Hey, you women's enthusiasts need to check this out too. Like, you should, because this is some of the best stuff." Stardom and AEW are the only promotions I watch whole shows of on the regular now. Like, but yeah,
I haven't even hopped on the Stardom train. It's not even because it's women. It's not even because...
Bundling home and car insurance with Geico is so easy, your neighbors are probably already doing it. But who? They may drop little hints like,
beautiful day out. Even more beautiful since we saved by bundling our home and car insurance with Geico.
or
Yard work is hard. Much harder than bundling with Geico, which was easy.
or it may be even subtler, like,
Speaking of burgers, we bundled our home and car insurance with Geico and saved a bunch of money.
bundling is easy with Geico. Just ask your neighbors.
This is Sarah's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
Driving cross country with 2 young children is ambitious, to say the least. Then our check engine light came on. We pulled into O'Reilly Auto Parts and they tested it. Turned out it was a faulty sensor. They referred us to a great mechanic just down the street and we were back on the road in no time.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's just, I don't have the fucking time.
Do you think the commentary in WWE is going to get better now that Vince...
No, I don't think anything's going to get better because they're preparing for a sale.
It's Kevin Dunn's there too, and like I don't know. I never want to hear like it. I hated like Sasha starts doing the Meteora spots where and I think fucking Corey Graves is like double knees. It's like, dude, that has a name. You know what I mean? Like,
learn the names of the fucking moves you come.
It would be like Cormier just being like, I don't know, like, you know, oh, he's got.
At least Excalibur knows the names of the goddamn moves.
Yeah, it would be like Cormier on the UFC show, like just being like, oh, he's got him in some sort of arm thingy. Like, come the fuck on, man.
We're being really hard. I still like this match. It's 3 3/4.
Yeah, that's what I give it to. I will say there was a there was a
4 stars yet.
There was
because these 2 women are good.
There was a commentary spot where Corey Graves goes, Sasha's getting beat up, right? And,
yeah.
Corey Graves goes, how much punishment can she take?
They say that at least once a fucking show.
I was like, well, I guess we found out how much punishment Sasha and Naomi can take. They split.
Literally, they say that line at least once a show.
Yeah.
They have all the constant... that shit all needs to go away.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to watch SummerSlam out of morbid curiosity, but if after an hour it sucks, I'm going to turn it off.
I might stream Stardom on the Discord, but did you who do you think Rollins' opponent tonight is?
I have no clue.
Like, Dave said it would be Dolph, and I'm like, that's insane. Who cares? Like, we've seen Dolph versus Seth. We've seen all these dudes against each other a million times.
No one cares anymore.
Yeah, even if it's Gargano. Like, that seems to be the popular guess on Twitter. And I'm like, even if it's that, I'm like, oh, cool. He's going to go slap his thigh as he does chops to Seth Rollins. Who cares? That's going to be a 3.5-star match.
It's going to be melodramatic as fuck.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Gargano getting away from Sean's dopey NXT producing and the pandemic era. Maybe they'll make Gargano a little bit better, but I don't know. Those, like, dude, that one final, what was it? One final beat was just such a weird name for a wrestling match.
For a wrestling move, it's the one final beat. Come on.
Yeah. It's What a ridiculous fucking whatever. That was dude. That pandemic. That part of the pandemic was awful. Like before people started figuring out how to like present tolerable shit. Like before AEW figured it out, and like certain other promotions figured it out. Because I think that
figured it out.
I think that one final beat. That I think that was the same night as that like 35-minute Moxley versus Hager match that I absolutely hated.
Oh yeah, those are still during the Wednesday Night War, and
yeah, oh my god,
Jesus Christ, that was probably the worst night of the Wednesday Night War right there. The one final beat.
Hey, Davey Richards just came out on this New Japan USA show wearing the MLW title. Do you know the problem with that?
What?
He hasn't won the MLW title on MLW TV yet.
I know this. I actually do know this. Manta did mention it on the flagship. It's 1992 WCW all over again.
Where's Eric Bischoff when you need him, Court?
Fuck off. Court Bauer is a hack.
Dude,
what was that podcast he did when he got fired? Remember he did a podcast before MLW.
The one he did with like MSL and Conan?
No, the ones he would do with like Alex Greenfield and
about like the experiences of being a writer.
Yeah. Remember that time?
Yeah. Court Bauer always just, I don't know,
Court Bauer's still sailing off those podcasts. We're in so much trouble today.
Court also like had this thing about like, you know how Bischoff always said like you never want to be the smartest person in the room, you want to have like smarter people around you. Like Court Bauer always did that. He had his little like connection to Kevin Sullivan, who had runs as a great booker. He had his connection to Gary Hart, who was an all-time great booker at times. He just always looked good, and he always the thing about these guys that were WWE writers is they get to just like be like, yeah, I had all these ideas, but Vince didn't go with them. Like, so they just look like geniuses. They're like, oh, everyone's just like, Vince is stupid and this guy's smart. It's like, maybe they're both stupid.
Yeah, he did some of those podcasts with like Pollock, too.
Yeah.
I remember that. I forget what those podcasts were called, but
Court Bauer used to like, they used to do, was it Keller or Alvarez that would do, Bauer used to do podcasts with both of them a lot, but they used to one of them, either Wade or Brian, used to do like every WrestleMania week he just interview a former writer every day. It was Wade or Brian, I want to say Brian, but yeah, and it was like, I don't know, those writers just kept getting their takes off, man, and like, I don't know, maybe that shit would have been good, maybe they are smart.
He's still sailing all those writer takes from 2005.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon sucks. These writers suck.
Yeah, writers were never supposed to be like a thing anyway. And like, what's funny is like, I saw a lot of takes about like, now Vince is gone. These writers are going to be like, we're not going to see writers. It's like, who was in charge of creative when they started bringing in all of these writers?
Stephanie McMahon. It was her idea.
Yeah, and people were like, well, no, they had Russo and Ferrara. I'm like, no, dude, that's two guys. That's not like a whole staff. And those guys were like, I don't know, actually looked at as wrestling bookers, even though they didn't like that term.
Oh, yeah. They actually booked a lot of the shit on their own.
Yeah.
To the chagrin of all our eyes, we didn't want that shit.
Yeah.
Because another hot take, the Attitude Era sucks.
Yeah, it does. Man, the only thing good about like some of that era is like
the main event matches.
Yeah, and like, well, no, I like going back and listening to because like WCW got to be really bad, like in some of those periods too, and it's really fun to go back and like listen to any like the Brian and Vinny reviews of like the Nitros and Raws, or like read the Observers.
I think Vinny hates wrestling now because of TNA.
Might be fucking TNA.
Fucking TNA.
And
all these fucking, and this is why we need better wrestling media.
Yeah.
We don't need fucking Chris Van Vliet or Denise Salcedo.
I'm not gonna say any names.
I'm saying the names.
I'll let you be the one that gets in trouble for us this time, for once.
like Dave's giving her a paycheck. Shawn is giving her a paycheck. She's on 2 competing. I'm like, how did this girl get so many jobs?
Oh man, I just got sent a wild tweet.
Oh god, no.
I don't. Am I supposed to react to this? I can't react to this. Oh god, the quote tweet's even worse. It's a picture. I'll talk to you off the air.
Yes, I'll do you off the air. Okay.
It's about a certain main event or Money in the Bank briefcase carrying wrestler.
Oh, who sucks?
Who stinks?
Both of them suck. Who rhymes with Austin Theory?
It is the worst person.
Who rhymes with Adam Yuri?
Yeah, the Roy, as we started calling him.
Yeah.
Did you?
My God. We're going to hell over this show. I don't fucking.
Have you heard why we call him the Roy? There was this very famous battle rapper that was, I guess, watching Money in the Bank, and he, I guess, like he tried to type like, "Are you guys fucking kidding me?" And then in all caps was like, "Fucking Theory," but I guess it autocorrected to it for him, and it made it fucking the Boy. So, and like us, like battle rap's kind of like the secret heart of like my Discord server. Like that's our stuff. Me, Gage, Madge, like all of us love that stuff.
God.
So we were just like, it's so funny that Tay Rock called him that. So we were just like, all right, he's the Roy now.
I think the lesson here in this Sasha Banks Charlotte and this whole discussion about wrestling media and the writers and shit is Vince McMahon fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I'm not hiding it anymore. I played nice on Get in the Ring. I played nice. Because Beats Mike is, to his credit, I'm like, Beats Mike's a little more positive than me, okay? And I love Beats Mike to death. He's one of my best friends. But Vince McMahon's overrated. Vince McMahon is, I did say that on that show. But I can't hold back any longer.
Yeah, I don't know. I get why people are like, I don't know. I don't get why people think like are so optimistic and like want WWE to get better. There is all this shit going on. It is 3:35 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon, and I'm watching Davey Richards and Rocky Romero. There is good wrestling out here. I promise you. You do not need to call back to Daddy Vince. He is not your father, as Rich said.
He's not your fun and cuddly granddad.
Yeah, all those like "thank you Vince" ass tweets. I started making jokes of them, and I was like, I can't believe this is the end of an era. Hashtag thank you Vince Russo. Hashtag thank you Vincent. And I'd had like a picture of Virgil. Thank you Vince Carter.
Thank you Vince Papale.
Yeah, thank you Vincent Price.
You should do thank you Vince Papale. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
Papale? The former Philadelphia Eagle who had a movie made about him?
No, I don't. I'll have to look into it.
He was a wide receiver. Which movie was it? I'm looking it up now. Now it's killing me. Invincible, 2006.
You know me. I'm not much of a movie guy.
I'm not much of a movie guy either, but it had Mark Wahlberg in it.
Okay.
So, yeah, I only know that because I'm in Philadelphia. So,
oh, that makes sense. Did you get tickets to Dynamite?
Not yet.
Okay, Riley had tagged me or had posted the pre-sale code, and I thought I tagged you, but I might not have.
You might not have. Yeah, I bought tickets to something else.
What's that?
Architects.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I may not go this time because it's like going down there is such a drag at night.
Is it like in a bad area?
Yeah. And if I don't have a ride there, it's like really bad.
Oh. Yeah. What do we have for next week? I started sneak preview for next week. Actually, we got Fuerza Guerrera versus Octagon. I have a page full of notes about this match already.
Holy shit! Don't you? We also have. Let me look it up here. Oh, I have it right here. We also have a Benoit match. Joy. Finley versus Chris Benoit from Judgment Day 06.
Hey, we were doing we did a TNA watch along the other day.
Yeah.
And we were trying to figure out where like 05, 06 Chris Daniels would rank in like just different eras and stuff. Like we were just talking about him for some reason. Then we started looking at the Observer Awards and we were like, God damn. They overrate the shit out of all these WWE guys. Well,
because it's WWE.
There was no way Fit Finley was a better wrestler in 2006 than like Chris Daniels or Austin Aries.
Yeah, no way. Toshiaki Kawada and Masafuchi versus Yuji Nakata. We got two Iizuka matches.
Oh, yeah. Of all the people, two Iizuka matches. We talked about that the other day. Yeah,
we talked about that the other week. And then the Steiner Brothers versus Fujinami and Iizuka.
Good. That's I need to watch more classic WCW. Like I don't know. I've been trying to get like more classic WCW stuff going on my Discord. Anything to keep me from watching.
Up to $5 when Tom Green had that sale for his Google Drive for all the old B shows.
I'm actually trying to get I'm trying to get a hold of a certain Google Drive here soon. And I'm also I actually have we have a drive. Yeah, we have a drive and a private YouTube channel for our Discord now. I don't know if I told you that.
No, you did not. That's more off-air discussion.
Yes, that's very much so off-air. Yeah, two Iizuka matches. That's crazy. Like that's so random.
Well, you're fine, Adam. No one's gonna message you. You're fine. People that listen to this show have access to many Google Drives. It's okay.
Yeah.
But Adam and Yuri NTWF.
It's Adam Yuri NTWF. I took the middle initial out.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. DJ D Coops on Twitter.
Yeah.
You're on the Social Suplex Podcast Hour. You can also listen to my edition of Between the Sheets from last week.
Yes, you should. I would say you should listen to my Twitter space that I did with David Bixenspan, but we deleted the recording as soon as we got done. We didn't want that shit there.
Ready pretty quickly.
We didn't want that shit out there.
Yeah, don't record your spaces.
I used to, because like I wanted to, like when me and Wrestle Cringe used to do one together, I was gonna try to transfer it and like convert it to an actual podcast for people to listen to if they, were busy at 7:00 before Dynamite. And but now I've learned my lesson. I'm not recording none of those.
No. So, for Adam Yuri, this is Danny Kugler saying goodbye.
Bye.
Finding the right person for the job isn't easy. Just ask someone who hired a drama coach to be an IT guy.
Yeah, I'm having trouble logging in.
I'm not buying it. Say it again, this time with feeling.
I can't log in?
Come on, man. I want to feel your struggle.
But if you've got an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can bundle your policies, which could save you hundreds.
Now, like your life depends on it.
I can't log in.
Yes, we'll make an actor out of you yet.
For expert help with all your insurance needs, visit geico.com/local today.